Alright, should be live. Gotta go start the... Oh, wait, hold up. Rare wares? What do you got, man? Scatterbang, mushroom, grain. I don't want any of those. Right now, money's a little tight. Both in-game and in the real world. I'm sure that's a feeling a lot of people can relate to. Let me get my chat rolling. There we go. Alright. Head on it. Oh, wait, hold up. How much am I at this point? Whew, 5,000. Okay, I will take one more, but I need to hold on to some cash going forward. I don't know how much I need to hold on to for items later. Ooh, excuse me. I just had dinner. And apparently, it is not agreeing with me to the grandest degree. Hey, Turtwig! Hey, Richard! How's it going? How's your weekend being? Wait, hold on. It's only Thursday, not Friday. Whoops, I gained a day? Anyways, I think that explains fairly well how my week's going. Time is an illusion and days just exist. Anyways, guys, how's it been? How's your week going? Hopefully good. Hikari, we have a situation here. What's up, Benny, my man? Let me explain. Lilligant, our clan's Lady of the Ridge, is in a frenzy. And Arizu knowingly kept this from me. The Lady of what? Yes, there are only female Lilligant, which makes this honored one our Lady of the Ridge. But this isn't the time for cultural lessons. I'd like to find out just what Arizu was thinking, but she's nowhere in Jubilife Village. Last I saw, she was at the Wallflower, polishing off a big old plate of potato mochi. Not that I blame her. My cooking is simply irresistible after all. If Arizu of the Diamond Clan was somehow involved in that situation with the raging Ursaluna of the Pearl Clan, it could lead to the two clans going at each other's throats again. Tell me, Commander, if we do end up in a struggle with the Pearl Clan, what will your people do? We will do nothing. I didn't even remember that being the line of the story. We would be forced to remain neutral, meaning, as the eternal Sky Daddy playing this game said, we will do nothing. We came here to create a home for ourselves, not to take part in tearing the land apart. Gotcha. After all the work you've put into getting us to treat one another as equals and keep us from fighting, I suppose it's no surprise you'd refuse to intervene if trouble were to break out again. Well, hold on. Remaining neutral doesn't mean you have to do nothing. If you apply ample force to both sides as a stopping intervention, you are neither assisting nor aiding either. You are simply seeking to stop conflict. I can't believe I'm posting on my YouTube channel. I know, I've been watching. I do have to say, Turtwig, a quick thing I'm noticing as I'm watching, and I'm trying to follow the storyline of what you're doing for your own Nuzlocke. I don't know if you've thought about this or not, but it really would help if you labeled your uploads at the given day, because you date them, which is really cool and really helpful for following the story. But if you would do like part 1, 2, 3, 4, because I was noticing when they would update on my feed, because I am subscribed to you, that's how I know that you're uploading and I'm watching them, that sometimes they update out of order, and I'll go back and look at them later, and then they'll be in the right order, so that's how I have to go back and follow your story. But I did notice you had a couple of evolutions, so that's really cool. Week's going good so far? Going all right currently, to be the proper quotations there. Well, that's great to hear. Hopefully you're doing a lot better than my household. Boy, I just bled some finances, but luckily everyone's fine and everything's easing out from that point. So, you know, a big hiccup where everybody had a momentary panic, but luckily this is what you have savings for, and we came out of it relatively unharmed. Hikari, perhaps you have some idea how we might address this situation? I mean, I have Ursaluna. I could call it. I mean, I have the? I don't know. Ursaluna. So he and Warden Kalaba found you worthy? Oh, that's perfect then. Ursaluna should be able to sniff out Arizu, wherever she's gone. If you're strong enough that Ursaluna deemed you worthy, then you should be ready to quell Lilligant's frenzy as well. I'll head to Lilligant's seat, then Brava Arena. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. Brava Arena it's called, if you'll excuse me. Turtwig, since you're doing a Nuzlocke run in, was it Sword or Shield? I don't remember which. Are you confident that you're going to be able to keep pushing on and maybe take the champion's throne? Sword and Shield, as far as like leveling up goes, isn't that hard, but some of those gym fights can be pretty good walls, especially if you don't time when you're going to do your Gigantamax well. I've seen a couple of people take some heavy losses in those. Kind of like the heavy losses I'm having in this one. Listen well, Hikari. You must quell any Pokemon that could cause harm to the people of Hisui. Always remember, we came here to make a new home, where we could live without war or strife. Why you gotta stream as I climb into bed? Because Dodge? Put me on your phone, lay me next to you, and we'll call this, I can't even say it with a straight face. We can consider this our nighttime cuddle. Oh, I'm sorry about that one. Look, after our last conversation, you knew it was going to be going strange places. I understand you couldn't find a skirt. Apparently you had to try and find a black one, and they don't have goths where you're at. Alright, what was I... Okay, that's right, I was going to go find Arizu. The lady with the leggings that do not hide nearly enough. And I appreciate her for that. Alright. I'll be honest, this is what... Ian X Dodge just shipping confirmed. Wait, hold on. Hold up, Richard. Dodge, his avatar is... It's not arguable, Dodge, I'm sorry. I'm going to play nice here, but... Especially after that last one that just shamed both of us. Your avatar's a furry. Like, long story short, I think it's very similar to Wolf from Star Fox. But it's a furry. If this is a ship getting confirmed, Richard, does that make me a furry? Because if that's where this is going, I am not above riding the joke really hard. Dodge, that is not a metaphor for... No. I am not insulting you. But I will ride a joke real hard, and if that's where it's going, I can lean into that real well. It's not a furry. I am not a furry tuber. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm trying to play nice, but let's be real, man. Look at it. Alright. I think I have to go this way? Yeah, okay. Look, I'm not helping you, and I'm not helping me either. Alright, I believe I have one catch up here to make. I have the literal island, and that's about it. The water there. I have this whole section here. And although I unlocked some of this, I think that was based on me getting too close on some of the ridges. Because I don't think I've actually been down here. So I have a catch down here, a catch here, and this mountainy region up here somewhere. Yeah, I'm just gonna skate by the rest of that conversation because that was getting weirder and weirder, and although I can lean into the weirdness really hard, I do feel like we're bringing Dodge Dusk into a location he clearly wants to avoid being in. I don't know why he wants to avoid being there, though. I'm a nice guy, I swear. Dodge, I will make you feel very loved. Not without laughter, but I can make you feel loved. Oh. For the record, just gonna put it out there. As much as the conversation is gonna go that way, and I can joke with it and ride the joke real well. I'm not gay. But for you, Dodge, accommodations could be made. Oh, we gotta clear the skunkies. Stunkies. Why did I say skunkies? My brother actually is in the furry fandom. I'm reading a comment. I'm not talking about Quinn. Quinn is not in the furry fandom. I'll be honest. The furry fandom, I've known a couple furries. I was about to say that in a weird way. The furry fandom gets a bad rep, but it's not entirely unwarranted when you're talking about the fandom as a whole. But I do think that simply being a furry does not immediately put you at the bottom of the furry barrel. Unfortunately, the bottom of the furry barrel is a thick, nasty sludge sitting at the bottom of that barrel. Oh, wait, they're poison. They're poison, and this is... Okay, hold on. What's the best way for me to go about this? I also don't know why it didn't start with Jerry. Their levels are only at 20. So to play it safe, I'm going to throw Jerry out. And to clarify, having an animal profile picture doesn't make people furries. I've done that myself, and I'm not... Again, I didn't say Dodge himself was a furry. I said his avatar was a furry. I don't know. I didn't realize that that was not coming across clearly. And yes, there's nothing inherently wrong with being a furry. That's kind of what I was saying. But to clarify, Dodge, and to Richard, I at no point said Dodge himself was a furry. His avatar, his picture, that character. I don't know how you could look at that and not say that it is a furry. It is an anthropomorphic... Anthropomorphic? Is there an R in there or not in the middle? Anyways, wolf. At least I'm assuming a wolf until I am told clearly and distinctly otherwise that it is some other wolf-like creature that is escaping my brain right now. I suppose it could be a very aggressive doggy. Dodge Dusk is just a... Dodge Dusk is just an east side puppy. Oh, he's seen one too many criminal activities and can't not be involved. Better luck next time, Star Ian. Star Fox has got some great... I don't know if I'd call it great characters, because there's so little to go off of for the characters. But they're great designs. Like, when you're gonna make an anthropomorphic, like, sci-fi, like, fighter team, they did pretty good. Slippy is very clearly too young to be out on the field, and he's just getting his feet wet for the first time, and he pays for it all the way. Falco is the gritty guy that just gets in over his head. Sometimes he succeeds, sometimes he fails. Peppy O'Hare, very clearly the experienced guy who can't do much of the fancy stuff anymore, but he can hold the basics real well. And then you got Star Fox, the ultra superhero. So you've got your team, and they play their roles well. There we go. What do you think? Makes things feel a little safer out here, no? And there's not a whiff of stunky here either. Stop by anytime. Alright, so I got a new boot camp to come to. It does look like Wolf O'Donnell, so I'm guessing it's a wolf. It is Wolf O'Donnell. Okay, well there you go. Is Wolf O'Donnell from something that I'm not familiar with? I know Star Wolf, and I don't know if that's his full name. I know Star Fox is Fox McCloud, so I suppose O'Donnell could be Wolf from that. Speaking of Star Fox, someone posted the full N64 Dinosaur Planet game that never got released online at one point. Actually need to play that. You had downloaded it. He's from Star Wolf. Okay, and Star Fox, the ultimate superhero. Cringe. Look, in their world, that's basically what he is. He literally summons his father to help save him at the end. His father's dead. He Jedi mind tricks his father out of the depths of wherever he wound up in, be it heaven or hell. Literally ripped him from the afterlife and was like, yo, Dad, get me out of here. And it happened. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Sounds like a superpower to me. Oh, shoot, before I get going, I forgot I found one of these. So let's evolve and get Cleavor right out of the gate. But yeah, Star Fox 64 is literally one of my all-time favorite flying games. And I struggle to call it that because it's kind of more of a railed shooter. But it's one of my favorite. Anytime I start playing that game, I can't just play through it and be done. Like, I play through the entire game. I've got to get through all the way to beating Andross. And only then can I turn it off. Alright. I'm looking for, excuse me, Arizu. Oh, jeez. Oh, camera, what are you doing? Okay, this is not working. The camera does not like cooperating with the bear. I don't know if there's like some weird axis things going on, but I couldn't get it to actually function the way I want it to. Ah, there we go, made it up. Now, I really need to pay attention going forward. Hold on, maybe we can actually... Can I get just one of you? Because I need to get some experience, and I need to break this curse of 3. Technically, I have 4 Pokemon right now, but the curse of 3 isn't only having 3 Pokemon. It's anytime I break out of that 3 set, I lose someone. So I need to hit the next major milestone and not lose a Pokemon. That's where things are going to get hard. Star Fox Assault was your jam. Was that on the GameCube? Also, you mentioned the Star Fox... Oh, the N64 Dinosaur Planet game. Okay. Because we got one with, featuring Crystal on the GameCube, I think. But from what I recall, and maybe this goes into what you're talking about... Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll just do a regular one. From what I recall, the Star Fox game that we did get was not originally supposed to be a Star Fox game, and it might have been the Dinosaur Planet game that you're talking about became that one. Yeah, the Crystal game was Adventures. Thank you. That's that's one of the ones that I know of existing, but myself have never played. I'll be honest, Star Fox doesn't feel right unless I get to fly around in the R-Wing. Of which, are you guys familiar with, there was a game that came out, it had like spaceship parts, and you got to get captains and weapons, and you would use the amiibo function to scan in certain elements to your ship, and you'd fly around, and anyways, it was a bit of a weird game. The Switch version of it featured Star Fox as optional mission stuff. The only reason that I bought that game, alright, we're almost, I'm going to put a marker down so that I know when I'm there. I'm going to bypass this and go over that way. The only reason I bought the physical version was because it came with a controller that had the R-Wing on it as a, like, attached. It was really goofy, and it feels weird in your hands as a controller. But it looks really cool, and I actually use it as a statue because I love the design of the R-Wing. And that was literally the only reason I bought the physical version. If you bought it digitally on the Switch, from what I understand, you actually got, and I don't know if this was a bug and they patched it, or if it was a thing that they intended, you got access to the entirety of that game. Alright, what am I going to catch out here? I'm technically in the area, so I've got one fight to catch something that I want to use. I could use a grass type, I think. No, I've got Chief for the grass type. What I really need is a fire type, and I don't know if I'm going to get that. I think around here I can get Murkrow. Murkrow would be pretty good. I'm not going to fight with that Roserade or the Roselias. Gotta get going. If it hits me, I've got to fight it. But one of the crows wouldn't be bad. Another dark type would not do too poorly. And I'm only saying that because I remember how, like, absolutely vital having Umbreon on my team was. In part, that was, I think, also because as an Eevee, it had a fairy type move, which really did help. Kricketune, Kricketot. What do we got up here? I'll even take a fighting type if I can find like a Machoke, but I don't know if they're in this area. I don't think so. Let's keep Jerry up front as well. I want to find a safe spot so that I can... Okay, you know what? We're going to Assassin's Creed this. I'm hiding. Okay, nothing sees me. Crystal was Adventure. No, it was reworked from that dinosaur game. Alright, Star Fox Adventure. They changed it. Originally, the game would have had nothing to do with Star Fox. I know the game is, but I don't know the name. Gotta bounce. Have a good one, Dodge. Love having you here. Have a good night. Get some good rest. Alright, I've just got to bust through. It's going to be nighttime soon, and I think that's when the Honchkrows come out. I could jump down there. See what I get down that way. I think the Honchkrow is only available as an alpha, so I'd have to start with a Murkrow. Because I'm not using alpha Pokemon. Oh, I did find someone who did a Nuzlocke for Arceus. And I want to pull up the map to give you an example of what we were doing different. I actually think my version is both harder and easier in different ways. And the distinctions he pointed out, Moxie2D, by the way, is the channel name of the only other person I know who did a Legends Arceus Nuzlocke. And I think he finished his. I don't know if he won or lost because I haven't watched it. And I don't know if he's uploaded all of it to YouTube. I know that he did say that he finished it, but I also know he streams on Twitch. He is allowing, from what I understand of how he worded his rules, a catch in each of these regions. So he would have a Brave Arena, a Cloudpool Ridge, a Diamond Heath. These would be areas he'd allow a catch if he found a Pokemon in them. I don't know if you can get one in the Diamond Heath or not. But, so in this one map, he would allow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, is that 13 that I have already? Pokemon. And in my opinion, that seems a little heavy. It makes the losses a lot more manageable. Imagine if I could catch a Pokemon in each of these regions after losing one in the Ursaluna fight. It would kind of trivialize the loss, because I'd have so many I could fall back on from this one area alone. So, I'm taking fewer Pokemon. But he also made it so that if you faint at any point outside of combat, like if you white out or anything, if you take too much fall damage, or if you fall in the water, that's also a game over. And this is where the rule that he made, I think, is more correct than the one I made. I am still going to say if I fall in the water, that's not a game over, because the fact that your character can only travel half an inch before they drown, and sometimes water is deep enough that you could stand up and not drown, and frankly, I personally don't know anyone who can't swim. In my personal experience, it's far more uncommon to find someone who can't swim than someone who can. I can swim like an absolute champion. I'm not very fast, but I can literally, like, I probably couldn't drown unless I had cinder blocks tied to my feet. So, water is not going to be a game over for me. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Gotta make it work. So, water's not going to be a game over if I go down to water. However, well, I lost my Murkrow. That just happened. It literally ran away from me, and per the rules of a Nuzlocke, that counts. That's my catch. That is my catch, running away from me, getting away and preventing me from getting anything here. Anyways, fall damage absolutely will count. If I go down to fall damage, I have broken my leg and am left to be mauled to death by Pokemon. That's the way that makes sense to me. So I need to be careful not to fall to my death on a Braviary when I get one. But yeah, let me know. Can you guys all swim? Is that anything you guys have trouble with? You're from the Galaxy team, aren't you? Do you know of a medicine that can cure headaches? I need it for my Psyduck. I live together with these little ones, and I can tell they've been suffering terribly. I wish I could do something to help, but none of the medicines I've tried have worked at all. There are so many people in the Galaxy team. Surely you must have some sort of healer. Please, could you ask them for some medicine? Yeah, I actually think I know of an entire medical team that we have. Oh, wait, hold on. Ride on Ursaluna and follow the blue signals in the Crimson Mirelands. We've just started traveling up this way, so she could be here and she could be down below. Let's stay on Jerry. Are we getting anything down here? I don't know what was with the camera earlier. It's not doing it now. Ah, there we go. We got the blue. So she's out that way somewhere. Yeah, it's out that way. I've just got to figure out how I can get up there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Game, calm down. Let's try that one. Is she high up here? No, as I recall, she ended up like falling off a cliff ridge or something. Hey, Dem, what's up? Okay, anyways, I read... I see the answer to the question here earlier, but, Dem, how's your week going? Not gonna lie, I needed your stream tonight. What's going on, man? What's got you beaten down? And Richard, I used to suck at swimming. Somehow I got better without lessons, though. I'm definitely no competitive swimmer. If swimming had a competitive option where it was like stamina and not speed, I actually think I could crush that. The thing is I'm not a fast swimmer, but I am a strong swimmer in the sense that it would take a heck of a lot for me to stop swimming. But yeah, Dem, if you're looking to vent or relieve some stress, man, all day long. One of the things I do a lot with my friends outside of streaming. Sometimes you just need an ear to hear what's going on. There she is. I'm good. Got 3 assignments due and... Ooh. 3 assignments in... I mean, 13 hours sounds like a lot when you word it that way, but having been to college, 13 hours for 3 assignments means you're going to be struggling somewhere on delivering on at least one of those. You could go all in on 2 of those. If it's anything like the tasks I used to do for college work, if you have an assignment, which means it is significant to your grade, and is not just like professors give assignments as recommendations, but there's a distinction, and if you're a student, you know what the distinction is. You're gonna be needing like 4 hours to do any one of them to a passable degree. You're gonna need like 5 or 6 to do them on like a I'm comfortable and confident degree. But you need to be like... I hope I'm making my statements clear. Like, when you're a student, you know what's an assignment and you know what's an assignment. I think you have 1 done, 1 is half done, but still a couple thousand words. Yeah, and in all that time, you're going to want to fit some sleep because you don't want to be without. In college, having no sleep is kind of like sawing your leg off. Anyways, yeah, Arizu, we helped Ursaluna. Thanks a bunch, girl, but how'd you find me all the way out here? From the potato mochi. You followed the scent of the potato mochi? I bought up the wallflower? Man, I wish I could eat some more of those right now. Jubilife Village sure was a lot of fun. Speaking of mochi, a friend of mine had a birthday recently. Austin, aka Moose, the gaming Moose. I don't know if that's what he goes by on Twitch, but I know he wanted to start Twitch streaming. But he had a birthday recently. Happy birthday, Moose. Little ting ting. But his sister tried to make mochi. And as funny as it was that she made the largest, most massive mochi balls. These things were the size of my fist. If I put them in a sock and beat someone to death with it, first of all, I could. And second of all, it was good mochi, so if I beat someone to death with it, it would leave no marks. So, I gotta say, she did good, but it was comical how large and massive the mochi balls were. Arizu, my luck's run out though, as you can most likely tell. I got chased by a Pokémon and sprained my ankle pretty bad as I was running away. It's almost like the world wants to punish me. There you are. Arizu, right? Don't scream, it's just an old lady. Mistress Caliba, I didn't... I owe you an apology. I treated you with disrespect, thinking you were just some whelp from the Diamond Clan. I'm sorry for that. I should have treated you better. Wait, but... What? It's not your fault that Lilligant became frenzied, nor that my Ursaluna was so enraged. You were trying to help them both, weren't you? I didn't even have the courtesy to listen to you. You'd think someone who's lived as long as I have would become more patient. It's okay. I didn't do a good job explaining myself either. Ursaluna only started acting weird after he got too close to Lilligant and smelled her perfume. She was already frenzied by that point, so I'm sure that's what caused it. I don't mind no sleep as once finished. I just have to go in to get them marked, and then I can come home and sleep all weekend. That is the trade-off. You're absolutely right. You could put sleep off, but my point on it being like sawing your leg off is, in our area, the colleges that are within my vicinity that I would have been going to while living at home, which is what I originally planned to do. The dorms were so crazy expensive that I wasn't able to live on campus, and so I'd have to drive everywhere. And trying to drive on little sleep is, if it's too little sleep, you know, one night's not so bad, but if you're ending up 2 nights without sleep, you're probably just as affected as someone who just had a night drinking. So that's kind of what I meant by it's like sawing your leg off. Getting there's already a problem, and then trying to be functional after that is also really rough. Imagine going to a class after 2 nights of no sleep because you had to turn something in, and then you go into your to another classroom and they're like, hey, by the way, you have another assignment that's worth 10% of your grade. All of a sudden, you feel like I said, sawing your leg off. Ah, that explains the strange powder I found on Ursaluna. It must have been powder from Lilligant. But what happened to your leg, dear? Well, you see, I went 3 days without sleep, and then I went to my college class, and I lost my mind, I snapped, and I just started beating my leg with a 9-iron. I don't know what happened after that. I just woke up here, my leg was broken, I don't know what happened to the 9-iron, and frankly, I could just use a beer and a good nap. A good story, Arizu. I don't know where you got the 9-iron from, but, you know, we've got a lot of distortion and time BS, so why not? See, the reason I went to Jubilife was to get help for Ursaluna, and also learn about crafting. But while I was there, I bumped into Professor Laventon. He told me about the balms you use to quell Cleavor, so I thought I'd make some for Lilligant using her favorite foods. You Galaxy people know all sorts of things. I'd like to learn even more from you, really. The tree in the background. Well then, we'd better take care of your lady. Take care of our lady, and get all this mess resolved first. Got a 30-minute walk? You got a 30-minute walk today, or you got a 30-minute walk that you're gonna do in between? Adamant, what were you thinking, doing all this yourself? Did you think I couldn't help you? Though, no one would blame you for thinking so. Not much of a leader, am I? I've never even seen the almighty Sinnoh with my own eyes. And I failed to imagine that Lilligant might have become frenzied as well. Listen up, Hikari. I'll take the bombs that Arizu made and meet you at the Barava Arena. Don't you worry, Arizu. Hikari will calm Lilligant, and that will be that. Things should settle down. Head to Bravo Arena, Hikari. That's where Lilligant's seat lies. Ariza will be taken care of. My dear Bee-Barrel and I will make sure she reaches her lady. Got a 30-minute walk to college? Man, that's actually a pretty good walk, because you've got to take that a couple times a week. Ooh, hey, a satchel. 30 minutes isn't that bad when you're like, you know, you boil it down. But realizing you got to do that a couple of times a week, and it's time sensitive. You're trying to be somewhere at a certain time. That's a pretty hefty walk. All right, how am I getting back there? Up this way? Ah, I can't make that jump. How about a little higher up? Use the world's geometry to my favor instead of the game's favor, because the game hates it when I break things like this. There we go. Little further. Little further. One more ridge. No. Alright, that's not going to work. How about over here? Yeah, I can make this one work a little bit better. Oh, I can make this one. It's going to happen. There we go. Nothing like a good session break. Oh! That was almost really bad. Okay, yeah, I'll go around. Yeah, lesson learned, game. You don't like that, and I don't want a game over. Here I am trying to make the game work in my favor, and the game's just like, oh, really? How about a good game over scenario? Again, breaking my leg? That's a game over scenario. Drowning in a lake? I don't believe it. I refuse. Avoid that Golbat, though. Is that where I'm going, or am I... Oh, that is where I'm going. That's the next big mission zone. But yeah, as you were saying about the walk, that's got to be pretty healthy for you, though. I don't have anything that I have to walk to with purpose. So every day I take a mile or so hike. What I haven't done recently, and I've been meaning to, we have a beautiful nature park around here, and we're in the middle of summer. So it's like the perfect time to go see all of the flowers in bloom, all of the trees full of their foliage. It's the perfect time to go there, and I just, for whatever reason, haven't yet. Alright, this is the next big moment. I don't have to battle on this one. This one is not mandatory. I think I can do this one my way. However, this is the one on my prior playthrough that I didn't succeed in doing a no Pokemon run in. And that's because I in part started it first thing in the morning and I was super tired still and I was not able to make good use of my reflexes. So let's see if I can do any better here, because if I fight it in this mode, that's not a problem. But if I go down, I lose a Pokemon guaranteed before I get to retry. And if I fight it, I do run the risk of losing a Pokemon as well. And it is a plant type, meaning the only Pokemon I have that could really do much of anything is Chief. And let me put Chief up front. At this point, what would have been good, I've now evolved into Cleavor, which is Bug Rock. Grass is going to tear into that rock like nobody's business. Dusk isn't bad, but Dusk also isn't very beefy right now. I really need to work on Dusk. And Jerry's a beast and a tank, and I absolutely love having him on the team. But again, plant, water, not going to work in my favor. Yeah, I've been going to college for 4 years. Used to be overweight. Now I get called skinny. Oh, that's awesome. I've also lost a lot of weight recently. I mean, quote-unquote recently. Also, quote-unquote a lot. The walking up to the hill of the college has done wonders to me. Yeah, absolutely. That amount of time walking every day, or not even every day, but consistently, just not stopping, is going to be a huge help. But yeah, over the course of 2 years, I've lost 200 pounds. Unfortunately, I was so massively overweight that I still wouldn't say I'm skinny, but I look way healthier than I did. Again, I still wouldn't even say I'm a healthy weight right now either. Let's put Chief up front. Alright, Adamant. What are you going to do for me? So you've come. I take it that means you're ready? Absolutely. As a Rensack, I don't shy away from challenges. I beat my face against a wall until the wall gives in. Lady Lilligant's a sight to see, even in her frenzy. Behold her and be grateful. Well, I hope we didn't keep you waiting. All it took was one of my poultices? Okay. All it took was one of my poultices to get a Rizu's leg all patched up. Caliba, ma'am, I'm deeply sorry we've had to lean on your help so much, especially as we're from different clans. No problem, dearie. I understand that you're an inferior diamond clan. But we're all people, and we're all in this together. I dare say she bit off more than she could chew, and caused some trouble, but her heart was in the right place. Listen, the Lady of the Ridge, Lilligant, is like a dancer, always in motion, always darting about. You'll want to watch her real close and learn how to dodge her moves. That's right, if you keep on dodging, she might tire out, and that'll be your opening. That's when you can bring out your own Pokemon and prove your might. Don't let me down. Or, Adaman, hear me out. That's great progress. Thank you very much, Dem. Adaman, hear me out. What if I prove my strength by beating your Pokemon into submission with its favorite food? I don't even need Pokemon. Do it barehanded. Just imagine like running in here with like a full plate stacked with like 10,000 grilled cheeses that are just shoved into a ball. And I'm dodging and getting all dirty, and then I just start beating it with grilled cheeses until it's finally like, okay, look, I'm done. The humiliation is over. Let's call it here. Alright, let's see if I can do better since I get to go about it my way. Oh, okay, that's right. I have to be far away. Okay, that's how I'm going to do it. Okay. I've got the progress bar figured out. 2. There she goes. Okay, I gotta get a little bit more distance. Alright, when she's tired out, I can get 6 off. There, I could probably easily justify getting 2 off. 2. 2. Alright, there we go. Gotta do this nice and safe. Alright, yeah, I could probably do 3 and still get plenty of distance. Ooh! There we go. Send in a Pokemon? No! Alright, there we go. Okay. Dodge into it! Come on. Okay, that's not the best position. Getting a little greedy. But look, greed is what I do. I'm an American. I understand the greed. I live the greed. Is that it? Nope, 4. As an American, the greed is in my blood. Alright, let's start pumping it up a little bit here. I'm only going to go for 1 of those now. Because the timing is inconsistent and very different given the change in the battle plan. Again, Lilligant giving me trouble the first time has kind of traumatized me. It's not that hard of a fight. I just did so poorly the first time. One more. There's the fourth. Okay, that's it. That's all I can do. Yeah, I could have gone in there. I didn't. That was my mistake. Luckily, that's not a mistake that's going to cost me a hit. It is a mistake that's going to cost me time, though. Alright, here we go. These ones are the reliable ones. Oh, shoot! That cost me a hit. Don't get cocky. I can't rely on the lock-on functioning the way I always want it to. Alright, I'm going to wait for her to get really tired. I'm not going in. Oh! One more. I would need 2 more of those. Maybe 1. Yeah, I can do with 1. But I can't trust the lock-on the way I'd want to. Yeah, no, I'm not going in. I don't trust myself. I've got 1 more hit, I think, before it punishes me and gives me a game over. And I can't play with that. I can't let the rule of 3 win. Or the curse of 3 win. This curse of 3 will not beat me. One more. And I'm going in. Oh, that's not enough. I do need 1 more. Oh, man, do I get greedy? Do I get greedy and call it? Oh my god! I thought the 3rd one ended me. I didn't think that was the end of the... Oh, I almost had a heart attack. Whew! Oh! I thought the curse of 3 just got me. I took that hit because the cutscene stopped me in my tracks. The lock-on didn't end. The dodge wouldn't go off. I was locked into what happened, and then I took a hit, and I thought there's no way the curse just froze my ability to respond and took a Pokemon from me. There's no way that just happened. And luckily it didn't. That's literally what ran through my head was I just got a game over because the game took controls from me. Oh, that was okay. Curse of 3, so far broken. Not guaranteed until I get a 5th Pokemon, but I like my position right now. The Meadow Plate, a stone tablet imbued with Arceus becomes a grass type. Nice, thank you very much. Still feels odd not to be using Pokemon. It's kind of... I totally could be. But it's kind of like one of those personal challenges, you know, I've done it once, now it's like, I've got to. I've proven that it can be done, and I've got to do it to make it even harder. The goal of a Nuzlocke is to kick my teeth in, and have me succeed in the face of incredible adversity. So, I might use Pokemon on, like, the final areas, like when I fight Palkia and Dialga, or when I fight Arceus. If I go to that extent, I'm not sure if I'm going to. But those ones make sense to me to have to be done with Pokemon, especially because they're kind of the quintessential moment, and to not show off the team would be a little bit of a pain. But, wow! Let me sit back and take that one in. Just ate dinner real quick, I'm back now. Richard, you missed me nearly pull my hair out. I nearly pulled my beard out in stress. because I thought that I made one mistake that cost me a hit. The first hit was okay. I got hit twice. The first hit was me not paying attention to and remembering how Lilligant attacks. The second one, I got greedy and I took a hit for. And I seem to recall that getting hit 3 times was your game over point in these. So I was worried I was going to have to sacrifice a Pokemon for my continue. So I was at the end. It had the smallest sliver left. And I went in and threw a couple of the food items in its face to clear the win without having to make use of a Pokemon in the battle scene. And I beat her. I didn't realize I beat her because the sliver of health hadn't completely, like, drained down yet for whatever reason. And I couldn't dodge. I couldn't move. I couldn't undo the lock-on that I had just had to throw the food at it. But she still jumped up to ready an attack, and then she jumped down and slammed down on my face. Again, I couldn't move. I couldn't respond. I thought the Curse of 3 was going to take my 4th party member by actually legitimately breaking my ability to move. Turns out I succeeded and it hadn't loaded the cutscene, I guess, and I took a beating from it. So I did get hit, but I didn't lose. But man, I had a freak out moment. So that's what you missed. Little bit of a heart attack, but overall we succeeded. Adaman. Hey, thank you. You didn't just save Lilligant, you saved Arizu as well. I appreciate it. First Ursaluna, and now Lilligant. No. First Cleavor, then Ursaluna, now Lilligant. You're amazing, you know that? Yes, please praise me more. Being all frenzied didn't suit Lilligant one bit. I'm so happy she's back to her graceful self. Whatever noise that was. Arizu, you still owe someone an apology. Let me adjust the microphone here. There we go. Oh, don't worry about it. A young one like her is bound to get caught up in some trouble from time to time. I was young once too, and let me tell you, the stories I've gone through and the tales I could tell, this game would be rated 18 and up. There's wisdom in those words somewhere. Don't look for it. You'll find some terrible things on the internet. I imagine they're the teaching of Almighty Sinnoh itself. Of course, I'd completely forgotten about them until a certain somebody helped me remember. Well, we owe you one, ma'am. Don't try to solve everything yourself, Arizu. You're a warden. Of all people, we should know how to stand in solidarity with others. It's our job to stand side by side with Pokémon, after all. Yes, I know. And I'm sorry. Well, I can hardly start yelling at you now after Kalaba wrapped all that up so nicely. Kalaba playing GTA Pokemon Edition. Just Kalaba with an M16 loaded with a bunch of mini Pokeballs. That's one way to go about and do a mass catching. Just one thing, Arizu. I know you were trying to do what you thought was right, and I approve of that. But from now on, do it without keeping things from me. Agreed? Other than that, no need to change a thing. Except maybe to put in some training. If anything else happens to Lilligant, I need you ready to protect her like the warden that you are. I understand. Let's work together from now on to keep the Mirelands safe, Arizu. I'll be sure to inform Arita that both the Diamond Clan and Galaxy Team helped save Ursaluna. You did well, Hikari. All our different groups finally joined hands to work together today. I admit, it was a fun day for me, but it's about time to be on my way. Listen, you know me. I'm Adaman, leader of the Diamond Clan, and I worship the Almighty Sinnoh, ruler of time. Time is all about change. And we can't live in fear of that. We can only try to help the time we live. We can only try to help the time we live in change for the better. Something tells me helping you folks out will help me do that. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for everything, Hikari. I think I'll stay and talk to Lilligant for a while. I don't know how tall Lilligant is, but a lot of Pokedex entries tend to have height ranges. That'd be a good way to figure out just how tall Arizu is. And you could then use Arizu. Oh, there is a MatPadism here somewhere. You could use Arizu then as a measuring stick. Actually, no, you could figure out every single character in this game's height, and I'm gonna get into that in just a moment. What happened, Lilligant? How did kind-hearted Pokemon like you end up all frenzied, huh? Though it's not like I'm perfect, I hid things and lied, and couldn't even keep you safe. I'm real sorry about everything. That noise again. Thankfully, the internet and therefore Rule 34 didn't exist back in the in the in the age that Legends Arceus takes place. Dem, I agree. Thankfully, it exists now. I will thank Almighty Sinnoh for the lovely art that is out there of Arizu. Frankly, nobody else in this game matters to me. Anyways, what I was getting at, on the more serious note, if I pull out a Pokemon, let me get to the bottom here where we have some flat land. This surface is not exactly the same in height, but it's not too bad. Chief, oh, whoa. Chief stands relatively upright. And so if I check Chief's summary, I know that he is exactly 2 foot 4 inches. I can use Chief as a measuring stick to figure out, if I wanted to pull this up and really solidify it, to figure out how tall Hikari is. And then I can use Hikari as the baseline for the ease of access of measuring her height to everybody else. And I could figure out every single thing in this game's height, even if the game never tells me. And that is some MatPat bullshit right there. I just cracked the height, the way to find the height for everyone and everything in this game. Through the simple acknowledgement of figuring out her height, you can even figure out the height of mountains in the distance you can't even climb. Because geometry be weird like that, yo. Math and shit. Anyways, now that I have solidly guessed what the next episode of Game Theory is going to be about. Oh, Volo's here now. I saw a light disappearing into the space-time rift. Quelled another frenzied Pokemon, have you? We still don't know what's causing the lightning that frenzies these Pokemon, but you just go on rescuing them, without even a hint of trepidation. See, that's a word I know. You might even change the entire course of history here at Hisui. And I definitely want to be in the good books of someone like that. Let's stay in touch, friend. Yes, friend. I haven't watched Game Theory in years, and yet you know what I'm referencing. That, I think that alone goes to show just how powerful... powerful is not the right word. Influential an idea that MatPat has made Game Theory. All of the memes that have come out of that channel as well certainly help. I'll be honest, the big issue I have with MatPat on his game theories is some of his biggest ones he's always trying to push as being more than a theory, even though his literal ending catchline implies that you probably shouldn't. Meanwhile, some of his more wild ones are fun, but far too many people in that fandom that watch it sometimes try to push them as being more than they are. Anyways, it's an oddity. MatPat seems like a genuinely good guy, but there are some things that go around about some of his theories, and literally nothing against MatPat or his channel. I watch it, I enjoy it, but fandoms of any size tend to eventually have issues, and I suppose that's more what I'm pointing out. Because apparently I'm a cynical jerk and never missed the opportunity to point that out about fandoms. I can still see his smug, questioning face. Yeah, but the meme of him standing over the grave or whatever that was, that's a solid meme, and I love that. Smug face and all. Next game theory video, Arceus is Sans. Absolutely confirmed and is not a game theory myth. There you are. You're the one, right? The one they've been talking about? The Survey Corps kid that's been exploring the Crimson Mirelands. My younger sister, Wanda, is in the Security Corps. And she went to the Mirelands too, but she never made it back. You managed to track down that Arizu woman on the Boggy Mirelands, right? Could you find my sister Wanda too? Please, my sister's missing and I'm so worried. Can you find her in the Mirelands? So, what's your sister smell like? No, not like that, I swear. It's vitally important. Oh, you mean search her by scent. Well, maybe the kerchief she always carries could be of some use. Well, if she's always carrying it, why do you have it right now? I'm counting on you. Please find Wanda wherever in the Mirelands she ended up. Wait, why did Benny have a green Hitler mustache? Well, first of all, YouTube does not like me naming that individual. And I'm talking about Benny, not Hitler. Apparently YouTube loves Hitler, and they hate Oriental men with green hair named Benny. For whatever reason, I don't get it. You know, you're going to have to go to YouTube for that one. However, Hitler did not exist by the time that this came about, and mustaches come in many shapes and sizes, and frankly, his is about 3 times the size the Hitler stash would need to be. So, while it is a fitting thing to call out, it's not exactly a one-to-one. Also, one of these days, someone's going to crack the history and reasoning behind why YouTube seems to love their World War II bad guys as much as they do. The sarcasm should be evident. YouTube, do not be mad at me and kick me off of the platform. You make it too easy. I'm not going to not joke about it. So you successfully calmed Lilligant. Excellent. There may well be times when the Galaxy team will be forced to fight against Pokémon, but it is all for the sake of creating a new home for ourselves. This statement right here was so cleverly done in this game because it's delivered in a way that still makes it seem like Kamado is just the leader he needs to be, but not... He's being hopeful, but still trying to take that firm, strong stance that a leader should. But it's hinting at the subtlety underneath that I legitimately think at this point in the story, Kamado does have a certain despise for wild Pokemon. And it's so subtle and under the radar in this statement. He literally opens up with, there will be times that we'll need to fight. But, and it's that but that makes it like not as bad. However, he opens with that statement and follows up with the covering damage control statement. And I think it's very clever for that. stranger falls into our world from a rift in space-time. Then, frenzies are induced by strange lightning, which likewise fall from that very same rift. And now he's already sowing the seed. This one is less clever because it's a little bit more on the nose and direct. But again, we're already setting up his plan for making us the fall guy for some stuff. But you have no connection to the lightning. Isn't that right? We may need to investigate the rift itself to prove your motives are beyond encouraging. I think I read that word wrong. A Pokemon episode wouldn't air because Meowth having a Hitler mustache. Well, that and a gun being pointed at Ash. Again, I know what you're talking about, and I want to cover more on that later. Benny is the great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather of a shouty German war hero. Look, I'm just going to say, you're right. The greatest war hero in all of World War II. He's literally the man that killed Hitler. Twice! That's my favorite joke about that. Look, Hitler, he led so many Nazis to their death, and he literally killed Hitler twice. Clearly, he's the greatest war hero in all of World War II. And again, the sarcasm should be obvious. But I have to point it out, because in 2022, there are far too many people who have trouble seeing the sarcasm. Although I probably should point it out more often than I do. There you go, piping hot potato mochi, fresh from the stove. Oh, are we going to the beach in the next section? Is that it? I think the beach is the next section, which means I can finally get my Growlithe. He is terrible for party support because his typing is not very friendly. But I love him. He's the big rocky Growlithe boy, and I need a fire type. And I fall back to my second point. He's Growlithe and I want him. Now, this is the life, eh? Oh, big stretch. Enjoying tasty potato mochi with friends, sharing the latest findings from our Pokemon research, and topping it all off with a good night's sleep. Truly, who could ask for anything more? Sure, it's nice, yet I keep doing the same thing day after day. Is it really getting us anywhere? With our research, or with carving out a life here? Wait, you were being sarcastic? My whole life is a lie! Ah, yes, me and sarcasm. We're just alien to each other. 100% sure you know this, but for the people that don't, the episode was Legend of Dratini. Yeah, and I'm going to get into that. The reason it was banned, as I understand it, yes, they had that Hitler reference, but that alone wasn't the reason given for its banning. It was the gun in the face. And I have a problem with that. I think that is terrible justification for two major reasons. There is one episode that is absolutely pivotal to the forming of Ash's team, where they do that and worse. If I remember right, in the episode where Ash gets the Squirtle and they meet the Squirtle Squad, they have James and Jesse holding up a store with firearms. I can't recall what happens when they bust in, but something happens to Ash when he goes into the shop, and they stop him. And then Jesse and James show up with like rocket launchers or whatever to rob the store, and then follow it up after that. Even if you don't see them shoot anything, or if there's nothing that declares it as a firearm, and besides the look and design, you have a scene that follows immediately where they are throwing actual exploding bombs from their hot air balloon, literally carpet bombing behind Ash, trying to hit him with explosives. So at any point where weapons are a problem in Pokemon, I go to that episode and I say, hold up. We have a sword in his face with the samurai in, like, what, the second or third episode? Was it? Yeah, like the second or third episode. There's a samurai that goes to like scare Ash with a katana and he swings it down on him. He's a bug catcher. And then you have literal bombs dropped on him. Then you have the Haunter episode, where no joke, Ash literally dies. He canonically dies. Him and Pikachu die in that episode. Their spirits literally ripped from their body. Now, of course, it's Ghost Pokemon episode, and we have to have a lighthearted kid show, so the ghost is put back in Ash and he reanimates. But I'm just saying, spirit left the body is cold and is just a cold, lifeless corpse. Ash died. Weapons should not be a concern for continuing to air in a singular episode. That's my point, and I'm going on there, and I'm going to continue playing because I stopped playing to tell that because I needed to have my thoughts more in order. Oh hey, we got some scatterbangs. That's cool. Come now, don't worry yourself so, my boy. As a wise man once said, trust in yourself, and you will find your way. Those words are worth taking to heart. As long as we truly believe in ourselves, I'm sure we'll even complete that Pokédex of ours someday. Well, if I want to fight Arceus, that's going to be necessary. The best Pokemon episode was the Flashing Porygon. Not gonna lie, Porygon was one of my favorite Pokemon in Gen 1. Like, when the games came out, I loved it. It looked so cool. It seemed so... First of all, as I said, I love Star Fox. I said that earlier. And the first Star Fox game on the Super Nintendo was all polygonal shapes. And when I looked at Porygon, I thought of that Star Fox game. You'll never guess what. I'm going to start working at the hairdresser's shop. Now you'll be able to try out my original hairstyles. Isn't that super exciting? I'm super excited. Anyway, so Arizu's going to be at the hairdresser, and I'm going to continue my story. So I really liked Porygon. And I was always upset that Porygon never made it into an episode. And it wasn't until later down the line, when I got older, I got access to the internet, and I could look things up, that I found out there was a Porygon episode, and they banned it because apparently the flashing lights induced seizures. I have since found the episode with subtitles, and I have watched it and enjoyed it. And it is super sad that that singular moment has created such a stigma in the people who run the show, that they won't have Porygon in any other episode. So I am unfortunately in a position that one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon will not be in any future episodes because of a terrible moment that was purely accidental. Hey Halo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How's things going for you? Bakura, don't be a hero. They have invisible guns. Oh, is that a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged thing? I love little Karibo. Can we just talk about how his Pikachu must be level 100 and lost to a presumably level 5 Snivy? Ash's Pikachu has basically confirmed itself on multiple times to be well and above what level cap should exist. And yet, yes, somehow he lost to a level 5 Snivy. At a time that wasn't even considered a reboot to Ash's character. Ash's character had a lot of character progression throughout the seasons, where he got better, he got stronger, he got more competent. And he had moments where he dipped back as well, and sometimes had to rebuild himself back up. But this was not at a time that Ash had a huge dip in his presentation as himself as a trainer. For whatever reason, Pikachu just got ultra giga nerfed. For like all of one episode too. Alright, I think these guys are moving into the village to help build it up, if I remember correctly. So that was such an absolute ass pull, and it pisses me off. Yeah, it is one of those moments that does grind my gears on the Pokemon franchise. The other one is the hard reset that they did in the Sun and Moon era. Especially because if they just didn't make it a school, And they went about it with the system that they normally do. They could have incorporated the Sun and Moon thematics. They could have incorporated the Sun and Moon story. And have not had to make it the absolute hard reset that they did. And that's a big problem for the series. That they hard reset it at that time. I get it. You have to dial it back a bit every time because you're trying to appeal to newer people coming into the anime, newer people trying to watch. And that's kind of what they do with a lot of them. But that was so overdone, and it was a literal reset of the series. We've now hard verified Ash throughout all of this time hasn't aged. All of a sudden, all of his past exploits pretty much don't matter. And the only things that matter is you just have to know he's met some people in his travels beforehand, but somehow he's going back to school, which was the whole thing that he was avoiding, that all Pokemon trainers tend to avoid. We don't talk about their education. They go out and become great Pokemon trainers. It just felt so terribly done. And then if I remember correctly, they justify that as like the kicking point to now all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, and now Ash is a regional champion. Or no, it wasn't that one. It was the following one. It was the Sword and Shield. Ash becomes a champion in Sword and Shield. You're telling me after he has had incredibly stronger team lineups in the past, he has gone up against some very competent trainers, and he has shown himself to not be an absolute fool 24/7. That was the one that does it, and it does it on kind of a cheap, uneventful delivery. People have been watching Pokemon since its creation. I'm a Gen 1er. I have seen the Pokemon anime. I was up every day watching it on whatever channel we could find it on. And eventually they stopped airing it in my area, and I would literally go to my uncle's and binge the episode because he had video on demand and we didn't. Just so that I could see what happened after the Charmeleon episode where Ash gets Charmeleon. Literally, that was when they stopped airing it in my area. For whatever reason, I couldn't find it after that. I had to go watch it elsewhere, and I finished out the Kanto region. Which part of Magikarp is cool? How about the fact that it's a freaking Magikarp? Anyways, my rant, where I was leaving off. I have been watching since the beginning of the anime, and I have watched all of the seasons. Some of them I didn't like a whole lot, and I just kind of would skip around. But I've gone in and I've experienced at least the necessary parts of every season. Some of them I liked a hell of a lot more than others. People like me are not that uncommon in the Pokemon fandom. We have been watching this entire time to see Ash become a champion, and there's even more that pisses me off than this. Ash becoming a champion would not have been that big of a... when he did, would not have been that heavy of a hit if it wasn't for all of the reset they did just leading up to that. If it wasn't for the incredible dumbing down of the cartoon or the anime in general. Like, go back and watch some of it. The age range of their target audience didn't change. For whatever reason, the people running the show just started thinking kids got dumber. Go watch some of the early stuff. Like, they treated their audience with a little bit of some mental respect. Nowadays, it was so... At the time, it was so dumbed down and beyond childish. They were aiming at it. They either thought their audience got dumber, or they were aiming at an even younger audience, which I suppose is possible. But it was very poorly delivered and poorly done. And again, it just felt cheap. Now obviously it is what it is, and we're going into this new era with this new stuff. I haven't watched the newest stuff yet. I've been meaning to. It's literally on my list. I think they have it on Netflix. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's on my radar. I want to check it out. I don't want to dismiss it as terrible before I watch it. But unfortunately, given what they've done now, I'm going to be going in with a little bit of a salty taste in my mouth. So, it's going to be kind of rough. Sun and Moon was messed up. They even had a hard reset Oak's race. There you go. Let's keep going in on it. My bad, I didn't hear. I was ordering food for you and your friend. What did you say? Oh, I just welcomed you to the stream and wanted to know if your week has been going good and, you know, what's the word? Interestingly enough, Sun and Moon in the anime did have the most mature episode of the whole series. It tackled the subject of death really well. Well, again, if you watch the entirety of the franchise, I know the one you're talking about. They had the star Pokemon that falls from the sky. They did cover the subject of death well. I'm not going to say they didn't. But it wasn't... There are other episodes that are arguably equally as mature. I've seen a couple of YouTubers do videos on it, referencing it as the most mature. And the only reason I can think that they do that isn't because they're being genuine about it being the most mature. I think they're more referencing it because it was, yes, it was a mature episode and covered a deep emotional topic, but it was also recent. It was newer. It was relevant. It was the way the algorithm wants them to navigate their content. And so that is why a YouTuber covering the topic would reference it as such. They're not wrong that it's... hold on, what's the difference between short and long? Oh, okay, I thought it was giving me a preview before. Oh god, yeah, we're not going to go with that one. Twin tails are terrible. To be honest, I don't hate the curled, but we're going to stick with long. But I'm going to change her hair color to be... Oh, that is a bright blue. I actually don't hate that, though. We're going to go with the bright blue instead, with the eyebrows being also blue, because it would be weird if it wasn't. But yeah, there are other episodes that cover a lot of adult topics. Some have even handled death, less so in your face. But there are episodes that covered the topic of death. When you talk about some of the movies, they've covered death in the movies. They've covered war. Like, how do you get more adult than battles where countless lives are lost? In the movie Mewtwo, that is literally the question of the meaning of life. What is the meaning and where does it come from? What gives one purpose? That's another hugely adult topic. And I think in that one they covered it fantastically well and made it incredibly entertaining. Though I suppose it's to be expected that I'd run into you in the village. Where are you going to go study Pokemon next? And again, Ash straight up died in an episode. Now, of course, they glossed over it because they couldn't make too much about it, but he died. Like, death has been a thing before. We're going to go to the Cobalt Coastlands. Paulina's certainly in a bit of a situation over there. She's a warden, and yet she has no noble to see to. Oh, that's right, the Arcanine dies. Feels bad. Arcanine is so cool in this. Although they do kind of have a rising ceremony for Growlithe, and it's really cool. Ash's journey isn't to be the champion or to catch them all. It's for him to secure a girl. At the rate he's going, they will change it from Pokemon to the 40-year-old virgin. Oh, cool. My week's been going good. How about yours? My week has had some real rough patches, but things are smoothing out now. We're figuring things out, so things are looking good going forward. But thank you very much, choking on my words there. Thank you very much, Halo. But yeah, the Ash's original goal was to be a Pokemon master. It was never about being a champion. The champion was kind of a step along the way. To be a Pokemon master to call yourself a master, you're going to have to be a champion at some point. So that was always the goal. And then they changed it. They adapted. They moved away from being a Pokemon master for whatever reason, and I'm a little miffed about that wording change. It's not the biggest deal, but it was kind of rough as a longtime fan. The one that really pissed me off was Brock's. Brock went for how many seasons where his entire goal was, I want to be a Pokemon breeder. I have trained to be a breeder. I have sought out information about being a breeder. I have pursued being a breeder, and at no point have I deviated from this want. I have seen other things. I have helped with things. There is an episode where Ash from the team, Ash, Brock, and Misty, are literally working at an ER team. It's not like this is the first time Brock has seen the good work doctors do. It's not like this is the first time Brock has seen the good work that Pokemon do in the medical field. He's hitting on Nurse Joy every time. He knows the importance of Pokemon. He knows the importance of doctors. He has seen the effectiveness of them up front. He has seen major issues be tackled in a medical field before. And all of a sudden, in one episode, Brock was like, yo, that doctor was cool. I want to be a Pokemon doctor. You went for how many seasons seeing all the shit you saw, still being like, yo, they do an important job. I get it. I respect it. But me, I'm going to be a breeder. That was your purpose and your goal, and just all of a sudden the writers were like, yeah, but no. Also, get out of the show. We're going to change your goal, change your driving focus, and then kick you out of our show. God, that hurt so much. Alright, that was one heck of a rant about me talking about all the things I don't like about the anime. But legit, it is still a good show, and I still watch it, and I don't know, maybe my relationship with the Pokemon franchise could be summed up as I'm the girlfriend whose boyfriend keeps beating her, but I gotta stick with them. They're gonna do right by me. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna do better, right? I laugh about it because the analogy is a little too on point. But obviously the subject isn't funny. But man, the Pokemon Company can make it feel like that. Oh, okay. Let's deviate from that topic and figure this out. This one's gonna be a pain. Fire Spit Island is its own section. That's obvious. That's one. The island here is a separate thing. So, I'm going to go with 1, 2, and it is going to include the lake. But then I'm going to say the up here is 3, the whole thing. And then down here is 4. We have a separation of 5. And then this is separated by a rocky mountain region here and the region here. So what I'm doing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this right here is 6. So I have 6 catches here, and I have to be a little picky with them. Now, if I want a Growlithe, I know where to go for a Growlithe, but I have to avoid fighting anything up on this path. At all, in general. That's going to be a hard thing to do while also getting experience. But I think that's the only way to make it work. So I'm going to do my catch down here, of which I kind of want a fighting type so I know what I want to go get. And I'm going to have to question what's available over here. We have some water types and a few other things, so I'll look at that later. Right now, let's get our fighting type down here. Again, I'm being a little bit limiting and self-imposed demanding on what I can and can't catch in each region. Which, by the way, will be the 5th party member if I don't fail to catch it. Which means that I'm not going to lose a Pokemon and be down to 3 again. So the curse of 3 might break. I do love the flute. It feels as if tones carry to the very ends of space. But I am here, and so are you. So now I'm going to focus everything I have on... What? Wait, hold on. Wait. Why? I need to understand my weakness. Please do this for me. Okay. Very good. You who have seen the vast space beyond the rift. Here I come. Don't take a poke... No, don't hurt me! And I put Chief up front, oh no! Ah! God dang it. And they're level 3, that's no joke. Oh. I can't leave Chief out there. The ice is not a joke. Oh, okay. Glaceon and Eevee will go unless they do a... Wait, hold on. That's not what I meant. Game, that's not what I meant, game! Oh, God. Okay, quick attack. Quick attack. You might get another go, but I can heal, right? Yeah, there it is, the Ice Beam. They're gonna scum it to get their extra shots in. I will ride the Super Potion train so hard, game. Don't mess with me. There we go. That's our. That might be a breaking point. I need a little bit more breathing room. I don't trust myself here. She threw me into a fight when I knew I wasn't ready. Okay, our defenses aren't down. We can do something here. If I Agile Crunch... Okay, wait. If I Normal Crunch, it doesn't matter what Eevee does. Glaceon won't be hitting me yet. I can stab for the Aqua Tail, but unfortunately it has too much of a miss. The accuracy is 100. Oh, but they lowered my attack. Shoot. I have to take the stab bonus. Jerry, don't miss! Jerry, you champ! Doing me proud. Wait, hold on! I get to go again! The bar set... Whoa. Do you read the bar lady? I took Eevee out of the equation. I should have been the next one to go, right? Oh, man. My accuracy hasn't been hit. I'm going to take an Ice Beam. I'm going to take the Frostbite damage. Crunch is physical attack. My attack is lowered. I'm going to go with it. Not enough. The quick attack and then the Ice Beam. Don't crit. Don't crit. There we go. Just keep healing. She really knows how to abuse the turn order. Okay, now we're in a better spot. Our offensive stats have returned to normal. We're no longer frostbitten. The Ice Beam comes at us. We are frostbitten again, but we get 2 turns to do something. And I am going to be very cynical about this and use an Agile Crunch. Get some! We did not lose anybody. I was worried. You threw me into a fight 2-on-1, and I accidentally hit something before I wanted to hit something because I wanted to take out Eevee as the more or less likely first one to drop, but accidentally attacked the Glaceon. Turned it around. We didn't lose anyone. That could have been a hell of a lot worse. Alright, with you, I think I can be frank. I can't afford to look weak in front of the other Diamond Clan leaders. Or our commander. Or your commander. But in truth, yeah, something didn't look right to that sentence after I said it. I sometimes wonder how I've ended up with the burdens I bear. You see, we have a warden in the coastlands, a lovely woman named Polina. But she tends no lord or lady, and she will not raise a successor to fill the late lord's empty seat either. Some people have started to question her worthiness to be a warden at all. But Lena, that is to say, Polina, she's very dear to me, no matter what anyone might say. We were both in the running to become leader of the Pearl Clan. We strove to surpass one another, but she taught me a great deal, too. Having said all this, I have a favor to ask of you. Please help her raise the Pokemon she looks after into a true heir to his father, the late Lord. With the help of your strength, I think our late Lord's heir would grow into a worthy successor, and if he succeeds, it should silence Lena's naysayers. I don't know of anyone I'd trust more to help with this than the person who helped the Pearl Clan by quelling Kleavor's frenzy. You'll be able to find Lena up on the roadland. Head down this hill and turn left. You should find a slope leading onto the ridge. Sure thing, Frank. On my way. I was really waiting for the opportunity to use that joke. Alright, Skorupi. Skorupi is nice. I don't want you. Leave me alone. Now there it is. This little guy over here. The red eyes were getting real intimidating real fast. Man. Do I go for the little one or do I go for the Machoke right off the bat? I only get one go per my rules. Machoke would be a hard one to get. But if I lure a Machop over here, get it eating. There we go, Machop. Go find something else to eat. There you go, Machoke. There you go, Machop. From behind with a heavy ball. There we go. The curse of 3 has been broken. I have made it past a huge milestone that was thrust upon me without time to prepare. And I have caught the Pokemon that, if to be lost, would still not reduce me to 3. Curse of 3 has been broken. And that was my biggest #1 goal right now. Curse of 3 broken. Progress made. New area unlocked. Land masses blocked off for understanding. I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you so much for stopping in. It's all good till two... Oh, damn! I was ending on a good note! Speaking of ending, I have to nickname Machop. We have Chief, we have Dem, which is by far probably my heaviest hitter right now. Dem out here lifting them weights, getting big swole. We have Dusk, we have Jerry. Why Halo Master Chief, why are you running around with a Pokemon harem? Everything I'm catching is female. Alright, we need a nickname for Machop, who is gonna be a Machoke and someday a Machamp. What do you guys got for a nickname? Master Chief's up here laughing his ass off. Look, I don't know what to tell you. Somehow, you're the only OG that hasn't died, and everything else in the party, you're the only thing rocking a dick right now. What do you want me to say? Oh man, what's a good? Let me check out. Let me check this out. Check the summary. Do we get information about personality or no? This Pokemon is pretty jolly by nature, so female, jolly, big time muscles and strength. I am the ultimate. Calm down, Shadow. Oh man, I've got a character in mind. What's the lady with the muscles from the Overwatch game? It's like starts with a B or something. A female that's jolly? That's a joke. Look, they're totally jolly when there are no other women in the room and they're the center of everything's attention. That's about the only way you get that to happen. Zarya? Yeah, there you go. We're gonna go with Zarya. That's a fitting name for our strength lady. Speaking of, special attack is what's down, which is perfect because, I mean, we're going to be throwing hands all day long. We don't need special attack. But speed is up. Speed is key. Speed lets us attack more than once a turn. Speed lets us hit fast, hit hard, hit true. Zarya is going to be pulling her weight, and probably a few others. But anyways, I wanted to mark this as a point to start wrapping up. Thank you so much for stopping in. Halo Master Chief, Dem, Richard, and Turtwig Ash, who was here very early on. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. I hope to see you next time. I think the next stream is probably going to be a return to the Ys game that I was playing. Before I come back to more Legends Arceus, I want to get Zarya up to be on par with the rest of the team, and I want to do some of the Pokédex filling, so I'll have some things to do in between if I happen to find some time, and if not, well, we come back where we are. Thank you so much. You guys have a great one. Like I said before, hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.